seats.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and continuing with our coverage here on Now TV International, we're delighted to have with us over the line Now TV's correspondent Nermin Rahman reporting from Mansoura. Very good afternoon to you, Nermin.
A very good afternoon to you, Angie.
Thank you very much for joining us, Nermin. Now tell me a bit about Mansoura and the polling stations that you have visited throughout the day and the voting process over there.
Yes, Angie, visited three schools where I was keen to witness myself the voting process and the number of people who were keen to go and to cast their ballots. I found since the early morning that there is such a huge or relatively huge turnout from the citizens in Mansoura, particularly in the three schools I went or I passed by. I also knew after that the governor of the province, Dr. Ayman Mukhtar, has had a tour in Mansoura and he met with many of the citizens, asking them if there were any obstacles on the way, and he was keen to guarantee the facilities or the procedures which are implemented on the ground, first to guarantee the safety of the citizens and second to facilitate their voting process. Right after that, he returned back to the headquarters of Al-Bahaliya Governorate, and there are an round-the-clock operation room which was held particularly to follow up minute by minute the voting process, not only, of course, in Mansoura, but in the whole governorate. As you know, Al-Bahaliya is a big governorate where we do have 4,354,000 eligible voters.
Yes.
Regarding the security measures, also Dr. Mukhtar was keen to thank the security personnel, whether from the army or the police, for their continuous serious efforts to guarantee the safety of the process since the early morning, or in fact 2 days ago when they were handed the polling stations and totally responsible for securing them. From 3 to 4 in India, there was a break where the voting station closed their doors, but they returned back to receive the voters exactly at 4 p.m. We have not heard about any delay of the reopening of the polling stations. And by the way, we do have 1,426 subcommittees throughout the Bahaliya. Only 8 of them had a 15-minute delay in the morning, but as I'm telling you, just 15 minutes. So it was not something to have a negative impact or by any means to affect the voting process.
Indeed. Nermin, let's talk a bit about some of the demographics that you've witnessed with the voters. Have you seen a large number of women and youth participating this time around in the parliamentary elections?
All segments, Angie, all age categories. But of course, I'm not going to deny that, every time I say to myself, I'm not going to be surprised with the Egyptian women political awareness or how they do know their rights and their duties in the same time. But as usual, they are topping the list of voters and from all age categories. You would find elderly, youth, mothers with even their young children, taking them to witness the whole story. And by the way, just starting 2 p.m. or something, it started raining, so the weather was not that good, but yet it was a kind of a celebration. I witnessed this myself, as the kids were happy with the rain, and families going, as a whole, going to to cast their ballots in different places, by the way, not only in Mansoura.
Yes. One final question, Nermin, with regards to the precautionary measures of wearing masks and social distancing in light of the COVID-19 pandemic and, of course, our restraint in spreading this virus. How do you see the implementation of these precautionary measures at the polling stations?
Strictly implemented, Angie. No one is allowed to go into the polling stations without a face mask. No one is allowed without measuring the temperatures and social distancing. Also, you can find it easily implemented. I mean, and you know, it's the awareness of the people. The awareness of the people. They know that only two can be allowed to cast to vote at a time, so you're waiting outside and you're not. There's no crowds, and also Health Minister Deputy in Mansoura, Dr. Saad Mekki, was keen also to have a tour and to guarantee this kind of coordination among the health officials and health authorities in Al-Dakhliya and Al-Dakhliya other executives. So there are medical teams who are touring, in addition to those who are already there in every school. There are medical teams who are touring Al-Dakhliya in general, not only its capital, Mansoura, to interfere immediately if there are any emergencies.
Right.
Until the moment, no emergencies were reported.
Right. Now TV's correspondent Nermin Rahman, thank you very much for joining us and for your comprehensive reporting there. Ladies and gentlemen, a very short break. We'll be right back to continue our coverage here on Now TV International. Do stay tuned.